doing this. This, when I say it doesn't make any existential sense, a planet is part of a larger family of nearly 11 planets and many other satellites. Among these, in the family, some of them do not have much influence on us. About 7 to 8 of them have significant influence on us. And because moon has a very big influence on us, though it is not a planet per se, it is a satellite, we have accorded significance to this satellite, which may not be much in terms of size compared to other larger planets, but in our existence it has a significance. It controls our birth, it controls our life. Let me not use the word control because it guides our birth, it guides our life. It could very well determine our death. There are various aspects to this which the yogic sciences identified, and it is not by coincidence or some kind of romanticism that so many beings found their ultimate nature on a full moon day or a full moon night. The famous one which has gone around the world is that of Gautam Buddha's on the full moon night, Buddha Purnami, he realized. But he's not the only one. Any number of yogis, it's happened either on full moon night or on new moon night. This is not because they choose the date, simply because certain things are more conducive. Well, because enlightenment, realization and human beings blossoming into something wonderful have become such rare occurrences, people question them. Did it really happen? So let's talk about something which is more common. Today, from a virus pandemic, everybody is saying we are moving towards a mental health pandemic. There is a phenomenal amount of psychological issues coming up because one thing is, they've been with their family for so long I'm just being terrible Another thing is the insecurity of job loss, financial distress, social separation, and many other things, losing loved ones, various other losses that people are going through. Because of that, there is mental distress, a mental illness pandemic. Some of the doctors are predicting a suicide pandemic. I hope we don't go there, but it is to some extent happening. So because mental health is a big issue and it is widespread and you see it more often than enlightenment, let's use that as a base. The influence of, let's say, the moon. Well, the language has words. If you're a little off mentally, people will say you're a loony. From the lunar, you caught the moon a bit. You just caught the moon. Well, today there are studies. Unfortunately, what we observed and studied for thousands of years is not relevant. It has to be studied in a laboratory. Life is not a lab anymore. Life is not a place of learning. All learning happens in a university or a laboratory, or it has to come from a textbook. If I say something any number of times, religious people, scholars, academics ask, where is it printed? Array, to print some damn thing, somebody should know it first, isn't it? Hello? Did some realization about certain aspect of life, did that come first? Or the printed word come first? What is this? This is because a whole lot of people are thriving, making a living out of the printed word. They think everything is printed. Yes, it is imprinted, but not printed on the paper or on the internet. It is there everywhere, if you observe. I'm sure if I ask you today what phase of the moon is it, you don't know because you think your madness is random. No, your madness is cyclical. It has a cycle to it. So today, some studies, the Basel University in Switzerland has done something, this is one of the significant studies which is showing that the lunar cycle influences human sleep. The circulunar rhythmicity has something to do with your sleep. How long you take to fall asleep increases, how long you sleep decreases when it's full moon and the 2 days around it. And similar things happen related to the moon at various levels. There are many studies done by the Mental Health Institute of America, Mental Health Sciences Institute, which clearly says that certain bipolar conditions are very actively influenced by the moon's position. Well, we've been saying this forever. For different days of the month, we have different types of sadhana. But these days, nobody knows which phase of the moon it is because nobody ever looked up and saw, they're all… If I ask you, I'm sure some of you are already doing it, checking it on the Google, what phase of the moon is it today? No, you need to check it in your body because the body is responding. If it doesn't respond, it cannot live.